Welcome back to the show, the first generation mindset. In the studio, we have Councilman Ferguson and his lovely daughter, Kara, who's a full-time realtor. But having two of them in the house, but this is double trouble over here.
I know.
Councilman, before you got on the show, we would talk to you first. You shared about your knowledge, your partnership with the community, and Kara shared about her passion to help clients. What do you guys do together? I mean, as a team, this is overload of knowledge base and community service.
Well, if I may, I'm going to jump in on that question. Together, my daughter and I are capable of anything, just like, even especially with you in the room. But my daughter, I hope that I have taught her that one, try. I heard her say it earlier, try. And I have tried to always teach my daughter to never fear. Fear, even though it's a natural instinct of ours, sometimes it becomes captivating, and it will, as I heard this weekend, it will swallow us whole if we let it. And so you cannot fear. You have to try. And she really has started to do that, and it's exciting to watch her.
Love it. Kara, your thoughts on your daddy's words?
I feel like I'm kind of always his sidekick. So when it comes to campaigning or getting donations, it's like, hey, Kara, can you send out this marketing post? I'm like, sure, I'm there.
But you have a degree in marketing, so that's expected.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so we're a good duo, really.
Yeah.
But he's always taught me, and this is something for realtors, is to protect yourself. Because we are in an industry where we are at open houses and we're out showing. And my dad, as a police officer, has always taught me how to protect myself and my safety. So that is something that I am so thankful to know and that I lean on every single day as I go throughout my career.
So I met your dad about 4 months back personally,
Yes.
when we had a groundbreaking ceremony on Brisbane and Sugarland for our commercial project. I met him for the first time. Then about 2 weeks later, he messaged me on Facebook saying that, Kunal, I have my daughter and she's in the business. I would love for her to meet with you. I said, sure. And then a week later, you and Kara came to the office. And before she came to the office, I had her do an assessment, a DISC profile assessment, which is DISC, which gave me a 50-plus page report about who you are, your profile, your strengths, and your areas of improvement. The DISC profile is basically, a Carfax report. So, Councilman, I know you will never do it, but if you ever to buy a car from Craigslist, would you want a Carfax report?
I would love one. Maybe not on myself.
So this profile is a Carfax report
Sure.
for humans. And before I got in the meeting with you and your dad, I'd analyzed and determined what your drivers were, what your strengths were, and what your passions were. And we met for about an hour and a half, but the first 30 minutes or so, you were just talking. I had you share about who you were, your passion, your drivers, your background, experience, and I kept listening and I'm making notes. And then started sharing with you why you had certain aspects of success, certain aspects of failures. And by the end of it, your dad said, wow, this is incredible. What we know about each other now is so impactful, because most people follow the path of getting employment, doing something without knowing the true drivers. But once you know your driver, why you wake up every morning, what you're passionate about, and put that in perspective, it makes the biggest difference. That she is a giver. She wants to serve more people, serve the clients. But in time, clients take advantage
Sure.
of her being nice. But she doesn't want the credit. You know what? If I do well, if I do good, I'll be noticed. But in our business, if you're not talking about your wins and successes, you'll be left behind. So that meeting, I left that meeting feeling, wow, you know what? This was impactful. I was able to bring some clarity to Kara. And we bonded just in that one meeting. And I felt confident no matter what step you take, whether you join our team, another brokerage, wherever you go. But there was some alignment that I saw happening as I was watching your body language. And when I was talking to you, you were sitting right across from me, and your daddy was on the left side. Even though he introduced me to you, my mission was to communicate with you,
You did.
through you, and to you. Not through the councilman sitting in my office.
Right.
It can be intimidating. He's a councilman of Sugar Land. I'm opening a business. He's trusting me to, coach, counsel, train her daughter. And I could be saying things what she wants to hear or needs to hear. But I kept it very objective. I told her what her weaknesses were, where she's doing well, where she'd be going. So I want both of you to share with me, because that was the first interaction we had as a group. It's been about a few months. And I left that meeting. I said, I'm going to say what I need to say to her. I don't care what councilman feels. If I hurt his feelings, so be it. But if he's trusted me to bring her daughter to me, then I got to be truthful to her. What she needs to hear and not what is right or wrong. So I never asked you that question, Councilman, but you came in not knowing what I was going to say. When the two of you left our office, what did you guys say?
Well, we said
Spill the beans today.
We said a lot of things, and I want to preface your my comment by saying this. What I thought was so impressive about what you did that day, you did not just expose her to who she was, but if you also remember what you did, when you had the screen displaying who she was, her strengths and weaknesses, what you did was overlaid your strengths and weaknesses, your wife's strengths and weaknesses, and you did it in such a way, hey, Kara, here's where I'm strong. Here's where you need me. Here's where I need you. Here's where I need, and I'll tell you what, when we walked away, I said, he just told you not just what he's great at, but what he's not so great at. And that is probably why I was drawn to you in the first place when I first met you. Because there's an old saying, I can tell a lot about you and who you are and where you're going by just looking at your 5 friends. And if you're not reaching outside of your friend circle, or better yet, your influential circle, if you're not reaching out like I did for you, I had seen your successes, I had heard about you, I sent you a message. What I wanted you to do, you did more. I wanted you to just mentor a young lady that was successful. She's sitting in front of you, telling you all about herself, and you did more. You not only told her about her, you told her about you, and it inspired her, just like you do me all the time. It's like drinking an energy drink, but sometimes I got to put it down. There's too much energy poured out on me. But thank you for doing that. And we talked all about you, maybe too much. Your ears were burning that evening, I'm sure of it.
Sure, yes.
I think when you have to build a trusted partnership, you have to first be vulnerable. Talk about what your shortcomings are. And my secret sauce is my biggest strengths are my business partner's biggest weaknesses. My business partner's biggest strengths of being patient is my biggest weakness. And we talk about all the time. What I'm really good at, he's not good at. What he's really good at, Sonnet, I'm really not good at. But if you're not aware of your weaknesses, you will not be successful. And this is where one other core philosophy, Councilman and Kara, is most people, when they know their shortcoming, they focus on them. You try to get better at that. The effort, energy spent in making yourself better on your weakness side, spend the same amount of effort, energy on your strength, and you capitalize on your time, because you were wired how you're wired when you were born. If you're outgoing, you're outgoing. If you're cautious, you're cautious. There's no right or wrong. It's finding an environment, find people around you who can complement you and your skills and make us all successful. So I was excited when you guys left the meeting, and I was, wow. I mean, I hope councilmen are not going to come back and punch me in the face. What did you do with my daughter? But listen, if you trusted me, then I have to be straight up and honest with him and his daughter.
Sure.
Well, and when we walked away, I always ask for his advice or guidance, and he said, I don't see any reason not to work with them. Like, you're right.
But it's funny, we didn't even come there for that.
Yeah.
That's what was so strange. I said, I just want you to meet this man. He's very successful. I want you to hear from him. And then he just told us his weaknesses. He told us his strengths. He told us how you fit, and it was like the perfect meeting.
Well, and the one thing I really took away from it was someone actually taking the time to evaluate
Yes.
me. Because in the meeting you said, Kara, you would enjoy or you would feel more rewarded with time off than a bonus. And I had never felt so understood in that sense, because it's true. This industry, we run. And all I want is just some balance.
Yep. I think for you, what's important was when I read your 60-page report, was evident to me was work-life balance
Yes.
is important. For some people, it's all about the money, all about the financial reward. But I have to know my team members' reward system that's relevant to them. Some of them want the cash reward or the gift card. Some of them want just a pat on the back. Congratulations. Some of them want, just give me half a day off.
Yeah.
Give me some time off to be with my family, kids, or whatever it may be. So when you are partnering with an organization or getting employment, most employers look at your resume, look at the job requirements. Are you a fit or no, or not a good fit? And that's how they determine joining or not joining. Why we are successful is we look at someone's strengths and we evaluate how can we capitalize on those strengths to make them and us successful. I've had numerous people who have applied to our organization for an administrative role or sometimes for a realtor role. But when I look at the profile and I sit down and talk to them, I say, you know what? I know in the interview you were saying this because maybe you are cash strapped or you need some financial success. That's why you want to be a realtor. But truly, you need a mechanism, which is a repetitive job of stability, right? Which is working behind the scene.
Sure.
I also say, and I said that to you as well, Kara, everyone is either an indoor cat or an outdoor cat. Right? You take an outdoor cat, put them indoors, they'll scratch up all the
Trouble.
furniture.
Sure.
Take an indoor cat, put them outside, they'll be miserable. So someone is wired to be outgoing. They want to be around people, get fueled up. But the other guy say, you know what, just leave me alone. I can be behind the scene, behind the desk, do the same thing over and over again. And they thrive in the environment. Again, there's no right, there's no wrong. But if you want to be left alone and do the same thing over and over again, likelihood is that you may not be as successful in a sales role, but in a support role, operational role, or somebody who provides due diligence behind the scene, you want to be that person. If I'm hiring someone to fly my private jet that I'm going to own in 10 years, that on radio today,
Right. Right.
I'm going to hire somebody who is not too outgoing, not too out loud like me,
sure.
very systematic,
Sure.
someone who follows the rules and does things correctly. Same thing with a medical professional. But if I'm hiring someone to build my brand or sell from me, they got to be outgoing over there. So that's where, when I saw your profile, read through the detail, I said, that's where a strength is. I didn't tell you first. I had you tell me about your whole journey. And you shared in a lot of detail. And your dad was saying, well, she has done this. She got this award. You were speaking about her, what she had accomplished, because she doesn't talk about her successes at all. She undermined, you know what? I'm just good. She's really good. So that's the shift, Kara, where being in a business that we are in, real estate, being a secret agent, not talking about your wins, no one's going to talk about it. Right? We had a coaching session this morning I do that on a weekly basis. We talked about, people said, you know what, I'm working hard, spend this money on marketing campaigns. And this agent was saying, but his core strength is build a relationship. Well, focus on that. 2 weeks back, Kara, we were talking. You said, I'm getting burnt out. And I asked you, what gets you excited? And you said, being outdoors. One of the last time you were outdoors, Kunal went for this camping activity a few weeks back. Okay, but what are you doing on a daily basis? Not a whole lot. What would you like to do? Go for a walk. Why aren't you doing it? I guess I don't have the time. But you're not making time. And I shared with you, Kara, where when you start your day with things that you like and love doing, whatever it may be, taking a walk, spending time with family or kids, you're starting with the right state of mind. And then your whole day is going to be the same. Most people say, you know what, it's Monday. I wish it was still the weekend.
Sure.
What are you telling your body? It's going to be a dreadful day. I'm going to drag my feet, wait for the lunch break, or wait to get back home. So thanks first, Councilman, for trusting me, bring your daughter, your trusted daughter, your lovely daughter, to have a conversation with me. And I'm just a piece of the puzzle, just a dot over here. At the end of the day, the mentorship that you get from your dad, from your family, is priceless. But then when you add the complement of what you're doing today, serving your clients with the right structure and support around you, is what is going to make Kara unstoppable. Are you excited, Kara?
I'm excited.
Councilman, what advice do you have for your daughter?
Okay, so never give up. I'm going to give you a silly one. You look at me and you think, man, this is a big guy. Well, I've done, I think, 5 MS 150s. And my message to you, there is a point here. And so that is, I don't know, in your little skinny self, if you've ever ridden your bicycle from Houston to Austin or not.
Nope.
Okay. So it's about 178 miles. And I got to admit, there are times on that ride you're riding and you are done. You're exhausted. Every part of your body hurts. And there's a trick to getting there, okay? Your little secret sauce, right?
Okay.
The trick is look down at your tire in front of you and just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Because if you look ahead and you've still got 160 miles or 57 miles or 48 miles, you might not want to get there. But if you can see the tire is still moving, whatever effort you're putting into your life, keep it moving. You're going to run up hills that are going to be difficult. You're going to get to go down hills that are going to be a sail after sail after sail. And then all of a sudden it's going to slow down. It's going to get tough. You're going to have to work really hard. But as long as that wheel keeps turning, you're going to get there. And when you get there, it's glorious. It is a moment that you would have never dreamed of when you get there. And so sort of the race or the it's not even it's just don't stop. And so that would be my message to my children and my friends. You know, just fail faster, enjoy the moment, learn from it, but surround yourself by people that are wise and kind. And the old saying is, if you will help enough people get what they want in life, you will get what you want in life. That's important that we all learn that.
Love it. You know, it's a abundance mindset.
That's it.
There's plenty to go around for everyone. But when you have a giving mindset, the universe has a way of evening out things. Just give. And when time is right, there's God watching. It will come back to you.
Yes.
But most people have the scarcity mindset, especially the culture I come from. It's win or lose. It's not win-win. If you won in a transaction, a relationship, or a partnership, that means I lost. But when you have that mindset, there's always someone who's going to lose. But when you have a win-win mindset, I'm only going to win when he or she wins. In a business partnership, in a relationship, whatever you do. And most people get caught up in that, being a winner, but the other party has to lose. And it takes a slight shift, like the wheel has to turn. But giving mindset, having the abundance mindset is something that we all need every day. Kara? I mean, this was amazing. Your dad is coaching you. I'm coaching. This is coaching overload for you today.
So we're going to have like a triple punch.
Hell yeah, tonight.
Instead of a little double punch. Come on, get in here, Kunal.
That's what I'm talking about.
It is.
So, Kara, I know you have been coached, mentored over all these years, but having someone like your father figure who's a councilman, serving the community for all these years, does that create pressure for you, Kara? Come on, be honest.
It really doesn't create pressure. It creates opportunity.
I love that.
Because
not pressure, opportunity. Man, councilman, your daughter is well spoken.
Wow, she is.
I've seen him build a business. I've seen him work the hours. I've seen him have time off to give his time to people who need it. And that's what I want. I will put in the hours. I'll put in the effort so that I can have the free time, maybe, eventually, to serve others.
Love it.
So when I see him take a chance and be the first one ever in our family to run for an election, that was a wild experience for us the first year. I think, okay, I can try this. I can start a YouTube channel. I can run a marathon one day, or, these big things that you think are something you could never achieve. When you watch someone do it before you, it's like, okay, I can do that too.
Love the Kara. What you're sharing is that someone done it before you makes it easier for her or next generation to follow the footsteps. But the first one to do it, to be a councilman or be a politician, is not easy because you're going against the tide.
Yes.
Your dad fought the war. He was not a politician. Sorry, granddad did, but not a politician. But that's the first generation mindset. Even though your dad has done it, you're starting afresh, taking nothing for granted, waking up every day and saying, you know what? I'm going to make something of myself. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, parents. Thank you, family, what you've done for me. But I am going to make something for myself, my spouse, and my family. And that is truly relentless drive. This is super exciting, Kara.
Thank you.
So we have Councilman Ferguson on the show tonight. We also have Kara, his lovely daughter, who is a full-time realtor, lives in Greatwood. Any final words from you guys? I also want you to share your number before we wrap the show. But Councilman Kara, any final words for the listeners tonight? What advice you want to give them?
whether you're going to be a realtor, a triathlete, a city councilman, fail fast. Because that's how you're going to learn. That's how you're going to get to the finish line. And the journey is really enjoyable. It might be hard, but once you get there and you start learning from people and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's really fun.
Love it. Councilman?
Surround yourself by inspiring people. Don't surround yourself by people that are complainers and people that are not willing to work hard. Surround yourself by inspiring people. And sometimes you have to be uncomfortable to be around them because you've never experienced what they have. But I can assure you, their influence will improve your life.
Man, those words need to be recorded and played over and over again. Every team meeting that I have, I'm going to play that over and over again, Councilman. Councilman, your wisdom is spectacular. I mean, what you shared today, it was heartfelt. And having you to share with your daughter on the studio tonight, priceless. I mean, it's the first time I've had, a daughter, father on their show. I've had couples on the show, husband, wife, or business partner, but never father, daughter. And the bond, the affection, the caring, and the influence that each one of you has for each other's life is phenomenal.
So can I tell you, I'll give you the 30-second story.
Please do.
Because what you just said, I can't help myself. So she was in this little teeny town in Virginia.
West Virginia.
West Virginia. And I
Different
mean,
state.
it is a little teeny mining town. And she called, and it was right as COVID happened, and there were changes with her husband's job. And as soon as she said, Dad, it's not working out here in West Virginia, my next words were, I'm on my way. I'll be there this weekend. Now, I don't even own a trailer at the time. She said, what are you doing? I said, I'm coming to get you. And I, in shorts, get in my truck and I take off across the United States. As I'm going through Tennessee, I stop and I buy a cargo trailer. Big, beautiful cargo trailer. And I'm heading across the mountains in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Don't realize it's snowing up there. I'm in shorts with a T-shirt. I get up there. I end up can't see. I'm in like a blizzard. I end up pulling over in a hotel, come out the next morning. And I'm pulling a trailer. I've never pulled it. And I finally get to my daughter. And I got to tell you, that's what dads do. And that's what inspiring people do for people they care about. Just like you've walked through the storm and you're helping my daughter through it. Just like I got up there and in 5, 6 hours, maybe, her husband and his friends had that thing. They're all engineers, by the way. Yes. And they had that trailer so packed with all their stuff. Same day I turn around and I'm heading home.
In shorts?
Well, that's all I got.
I think so.
And I'm heading home, and I realized what I had just done for my daughter, and I'd do 1,000,000 times more. And there is nothing better than watching her succeed, and the things that she said, that she's probably quoted you and me now. It works. You and I try to inspire others as we try to get inspired, and I see how all of that memory that you make pays off, and one day she'll turn around and do it for someone else.
Love it.
So
love it. I mean, the family bond is priceless. You make your friends, but you don't get to pick your family. They're given to you. Either you like them or you hate them. But to have the blessing of your family to say, you know what, Daddy, I'm not happy over here. I don't want to be over here. Next thing, he's there.
We're coming home. He's
Right?
like, I'm headed
I'm
there.
headed your way, girl.
Now that bond is, it's incredible that you guys are sharing the story live on radio. The bond that you have between the two of you, incredible. Thanks for sharing that.
Bless you, and thank you, and bless your business, your relationships, your friends, your family, because I know now that I've been getting to know you more and more over the last several months, the impact you really are, and your dream, not just your dream, your wife's dream, your dream and how it's affected, I know, thousands upon thousands. And just imagine where it'll be in 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So we return that and say thank you and bless you for all that you do for everyone, and especially my city of Sugar Land. Keep that up.
Absolutely, Councilman. And it's a blessing to be part of the same council where you are leading the initiative in Sugar Land. It's a blessing to be part of your daughter's life today.
Thank you.
As her business partner, as a coach, as her team. And it's a blessing that we're blessed to be in this country. it wouldn't have been possible had I not had the opportunity to come over here 20 plus years back, to sit over here live on radio with a councilman of city of Sugar Land in 2022. Who would have thought about that?
Well, you're building a beautiful building in the city.
In the city. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
So I'm blessed to be successful today, but success comes from having the right people around you, having that association, having the abundance mindset, failing often, like Kara says, and not being afraid to being wrong. Kara, it was amazing having you on the show. Councilman, thank you for sharing your wisdom and being part of this family. Guys, you've been listening to the First Generation Mindset. It's all about taking nothing for granted. You heard first-hand experience when daughter Kara said, Daddy, I'm not happy in West Virginia. He got in a truck in shorts and t-shirt, drove all the way in snow, bought a trailer on the way to our daughter's destination, packed her bags, packed her things, and drove her back home because she believes in being the daddy's girl. And daddy was there for her. And that'll be never forgotten. Right, Kara?
Yes.
Awesome. Guys, you've been listening to First Generation Mindset. This was super amazing. Having Councilman Ferguson on the show and his daughter, Kara, who's a full-time realtor. In closing, Kara, share your cell phone number. Someone who's looking to get success in real estate, how do you reach out to Kara?
832-736-4515.
Let's have it one more time.
832-736-4515. And always find me on Instagram, Kara McClaney Realtor.
Love it. Thank you guys for listening in tonight. You've been listening to First Generation Mindset. Is your host Kunal signing off tonight. See you guys back next week.